Welcome to this week's Round 11 Coaches Vero Wrap. Murray Davis here to review the Carlton game. Obviously not the result we were after. Go through a couple of things, which was bad kicking is bad footy, so it's been a bit of a trend for us. We had the first shot on goal, missed Pierce Hanley's second set shot was from Jono Freeman, missed. So these are all some of the controllables that we'll continue to work on, but we're aware of it. You'll see Jono Freeman hit the post. Shaq, who is a great set shot for goal, but just misses on this occasion here, and it really just allows the opposition to get their game up and running. So we'll continue to keep putting time into our goal kicking routine work as well, but the set shots are something that you can control. Probably quick shots on goal are a little bit more difficult, but certainly the set shots is something that we'll continue to work on. The next part is a little bit around Carlton's first quarter goals, and as I said, we felt we started well enough, but we just gave the ball back to them at poor time. So on this occasion here, from a kick-in, Sam Mays kicks the ball to Mitch Robinson. It gets called to play on, and he blazes away and sort of kicks the ball out to Dennis Armfield that marks. The next goal from Carlton on this occasion's a work rate thing, and it's Simpson, who I've highlighted, just runs a little bit harder to get goal side of our defence. Dane Zorko gets caught in two minds, and Simpson handballs the ball over to Cripps for a goal as well. So after all our hard work early on, we were really disappointed to let Carlton in with some soft goals that really got their game going, because we won the second half, but the game was really lost, I think, in that first half. Even on this one here, Rocky handballs to Ryan Bastanak. We cough the ball up. Carlton are able to handball and Simpson kick inside 50. And Casbolt takes the mark. Fox Footy have done a bit of work for me here. They've been able to highlight how it happened, so just giving everyone a bit of an insight. But you can see Dan McStay's there just with Casbolt on his left. As the ball spills out, he gets drawn into the contest. Casbolt basically just starts backpedaling and takes an uncontested mark. So these are some of the gaps in our game that we've got to be better at. We certainly have talked about it as a playing and coaching group. So the last one here is just we actually win the ball, and Dan McStay sort of goes back into traffic. So our instruction to Dan on that one there is, especially as a left footer, to basically turn and go with where the traffic isn't. So we cough that one up, and Armfield goes back and kicks a goal. It was only 30 seconds to go, so that was really disappointing, and as I said, where we felt we lost the game. Our forward pressure early on in the game was really good. We'll keep encouraging. I've highlighted two guys here that did a great job, Jackson Payne, to play this style. It's creating front half turnovers for us, and I'll touch on the pressure stuff later on, but whilst Jacko doesn't take the mark, we've got good number density around the front half of the ground, and Rocky's able to hit Pierce Hanley. Shaq on the mark here, underrated skill, but just making Wiedering go back, and it kicks into Shaq's hands, and we end up going into a stoppage. And similar to this one here, Carlton coming out of their defensive 50 under pressure. We're chasing. You can see that they end up getting a short possession, which is ideally not what we want to do, but we don't give up on it, and Rog does a good job on the mark, and we win the ball back. This graph here shows our forward pressure, and you'll see us in the green line. On the game against North Melbourne, we were better in our front half. Against Gold Coast, where we had a really good win, matched it with Sydney. And the game on the weekend against Carlton, although it was good early, our pressure, we just dropped off as the game went on, and you'll see that gap there. So we've got to be better in that area and being able to make sure we lock the ball in our forward half. What I thought I would do is go through a bit around how we score and how we defend. So you'll notice down the bottom there that 5 points or minus 5 points is what we aim to score from stoppage, and we were 5 points short of what we aim for. So you'll also notice there we probably should have scored another 20 points from stoppage. We're going really well in this area in the last couple of weeks, and we do a bit of a breakdown, and Danny Daly puts a lot of work into this area as to how we should score or could have scored during the game. So this is an example here as it goes through. I'll just click through it. But you'll see up the top there, we had 10 scoring shots to Carlton's 4 from stoppages. So we've probably tidied up the contested ball area and the clearances. It's now just making the opposition pay, which we're not doing enough of. And on this example shows Dane Zorko hitting the post and another behind. So that's something we'll continue to do. Similar with how we score. So on the day we set a target and we were minus 32 points, and there was some great questions sent in as to how we are moving the ball, and there's a lot of roles in this one. One was, should we just quick kick under pressure? But as you can see on this occasion here with Dan Merritt, he should feed this ball back to Jackson Payne, and then we should be able to use our numbers and then go inside 50. Probably under pressure, Rog feels he has to quick kick it, so we don't maximise the use of the numbers around in that instance, and we end up getting a stoppage, but you'll see a player inside 50 for us all by himself, which is we're unable to use him. So it's a bit about composure with the ball as well. So Squizzy Taylor, he's got two options here. One's to handball it off to Sam Mays on his left. He's got Jono Freeman blocking for him, so he can either handball that ball off or he can run inside and have the shot. But just, again, under pressure, kicks it on his left foot and doesn't make the distance, so we're not maximising our opportunities going inside 50. A lot of questions around us dumping the ball back or not going forward. So on this occasion here, Alan Christensen's got the ball. You'll see +1 ahead. So +1 is in Carlton's advantage. When we dump this ball back, this is where we want to be able to hit this player straight away, but it's very difficult to do that when he's got his back to play. So we've talked to the players about making sure, keeping your eyes on the ball. May sound simple to everyone there watching, but it just it's what pressure does. There's our extra number, and we're unable to get it to him on this occasion. The ball gets turned over, and Carlton go forward and end up scoring off this play. So one of the questions that was sent in was a bit around our kicking efficiency. You'll see where we rank at the moment in black there. There's a couple of good teams below us, and just highlighted what our disposal efficiency is. It's always work in progress and something that we'll continue to work on. The other part of the game is the defensive part, and we set ourselves a goal, and we were 23 points in arrears, so we weren't able to defend, and a lot of it comes through just our organisation. This clip here shows our ability to be able to run quick when we have to defend. So Carlton dumped the ball back. You'll see their player gets involved in a little handball receive, which we have to be better at closing down. And I've highlighted Daniel Rich in this instance here, who comes in to help and try and defend, but what he should do is stay in that position. And because he comes in, it forces a 2-to-1. Dane Zorko comes in to try and make the tackle. The same again here with Tom Bell. Just should stay on his player, ends up being a 2-to-1. And this is really what we saw on the day against Carlton. I've highlighted one of their players that ends up doubling up possession. We've got to make sure we have some chasing pressure. And it looks pretty simple. I'm just giving everyone a bit of an insight into what's happening as to why teams are scoring against us. And you can see Carlton there double up again. So the players know that this is an area we've got to be better at. And as a coaching group, we'll continue to drive that as well. So just a couple of quick individuals. Jared Jansen on debut, terrific. Great to see him get an opportunity, and he didn't let us down. Had some great work around the contest and help with our clearance numbers. You'll just see in there, strong-bodied midfielder that can also go forward as well. So he had 5 score involvements and 1 goal on the day, which is always nice to kick a goal on debut, and it's terrific to see the boys get around Jared and support that first goal in the Brisbane Lions colours. So the other one is Rocky. I won't spend too much time on him. If I was to cover off all 48 disposals, we'd be here for another hour, but it was a terrific return for him, and we just saw some of his class, not only the metres gained, but 9 tackles, his work around the stoppage. It's been something that we've missed, and it was terrific to have our skipper back out there. And the last clip is really just, I think, what sums up our season thus far, and it's Ben Keys, who initially misses a tackle and then persist and make the second tackle, and that's what really we're asking of our players. We're not always going to get it right the first time, but persist, be patient, continue to work on your game, and you'll get the rewards, and hopefully that's what the fans see. Yeah, it's always a balance, and we have really emphasised the work around our contested ball. So given that that's going okay at the moment, it's a bit about personnel, but it's also about, as you said, the question asked really in relation to now what do we focus on. So skills will be it, and we'll continue to work on not only our efficiency by hand but also by foot, and every player's working hard in that area.